The San Francisco 49ers have some interesting decisions on their hands in regards to kind of the way the roster is going to look at a couple positions. But let's start right here with Spencer Burford. Spencer Burford did return to practice today. The San Francisco 49ers obviously coming off a mini bye with their game on Thursday. They had a bonus practice on Monday, which is today, and Spencer Burford was participating. Kyle Shanahan shared last week that if the game was probably on a Sunday and not a Thursday, that Spencer Burford probably would have played in that game. So it does appear like Spencer Burford definitely has an opportunity to play this upcoming week. But the question is, what do the San Francisco 49ers do up front with the offensive line? Jonathan Feliciano has done a admirable job filling in for Aaron Banks and then shifting over to right guard to fill in for Spencer Burford. He's played very well in spot duty, and the 49ers have actually seen their rushing game take a step forward. So the question becomes, what do the San Francisco 49ers do moving forward? Do they take Spencer Burford, put him right back into right guard, and Feliciano goes to backup? Do they do a situation similar to last year where Spencer starts and they rotate in Feliciano throughout the game? Or do they just go with a clean switch and put Feliciano in over Spencer Burford? Well, I don't know, but those are the questions that we will continue to monitor regarding the right guard spot with Spencer Burford returning to practice. I do want to note that I do think Spencer Burford had his best game prior to getting hurt and not being available against the Seattle Seahawks. Against the Bucks, he played really well. It's probably one of his, I would say it was his best performance of the season. So I think the San Francisco 49ers have a lot to evaluate up front, and we will see what they do at the offensive line position. Let me know what you guys think the 49ers should do with the O-line, but we also have some additional moves and some additional massaging that the San Francisco 49ers got to take care of. As we discussed, and as you know already, George Odom was placed on IR. That's 2 out of the 4 active safeties for the San Francisco 49ers that have been placed on IR. As you know, Talanoa Hufanga is on IR as well. So the question has been, what did the 49ers do to backfill that depth? So, by no surprise, the San Francisco 49ers bring in a bunch of defensive backs for a tryout. And I would say the headliner of this group would be Karl Joseph, former first round pick by the Raiders, who's played safety in this league at a high level. It's been a while since he's played to that level or expectation, but the San Francisco 49ers bring in a handful of other players as well, including Anthony Averett, Enos Gaines, Kamon Hall, Eric Harris, Terrence Mitchell, Will Parks, and AJ Thomas. So we'll see what the San Francisco 49ers ultimately do to backfill this safety spot. Do they sign one of these players to the active? Do they sign one of these players to the practice squad? Do they elevate on a per week basis? But the 49ers got to think of something because they're going to need to have 2 safeties ready to go and fill in if you have an injury to Jair, you have an injury to Gibson. The 49ers need to have a backup plan. So it's going to be very interesting to see what the 49ers ultimately do in this scenario. So as you can see, they've got some things to figure out. They got to figure out what their offensive line configuration is going to be this next week. And they've got to figure out who's going to be the additional safety depth with George Odom and Talanoa Hufanga on IR. I'm very curious to know what you guys think if you had to put your head coaching hat on and decide what the starting offensive line is going to look like and who the 49ers should bring in to play backup safety. I would like to know what you guys think. So let me know in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.